What is up, everyone? Tis I, Z Gaming Guy. Welcome to Z Talks. If you're new here and don't know how this works, basically I'll go through the comments. Well, in this case it's a tweet, but usually the comments of this video. You guys will ask questions, anything at all, whether it's my thoughts on a topic or something about me or the channel, you know, whatever. Like would you do this for $1 million? Just whatever you want. And I'll pick some and answer them, or all of them, depending on how many people do it. And at the end of it, I'll usually give you one question of my own for you guys to answer in the comments. So let's get right into your question, starting with Joe asking, "Hey Z, what's your favorite game to play off camera? Is it one that's already on your channel or maybe a different one?" Well, favorite, I guess, might be different from most played, because my most played game off the channel is Overwatch. I play that about every other night. But it's, depending on whether you win or lose depends on how great the game is, because I'll tell you what, that game can fucking piss me off more than anything when it's a losing streak or with toxic people. But when you're winning, it's like, man, this game's great, I'm having a good time. So it really just depends on that. Other than that, yeah, there's not really much else going on. Like, I'm pretty much just really looking forward to Death Stranding and Cyberpunk 2077. And I don't know if I'll be doing videos on either of those, just especially Cyberpunk, because that's such a long game, I'm sure it's going to be, and doing parts of that would take forever. Death Stranding, I don't know how long that'll be. Maybe I'll stream that one, but I doubt I'll do like a regular upload of that. But we'll see, when reviews come out before that game releases, depending on if they say it's long or whatever, maybe that'll determine it, but we'll see. Next up we have Oizerbath, hopefully I'm saying that right, saying, "How many cats do you own? Hashtag respect Cat Mario." First of all, fuck Cat Mario. Let's just nip that right in the butt. And secondly, I don't own any cats, just a dog, just a German Shepherd. Her name's Raja. You might have seen her. She's still a whore, if you're wondering. She's been a whore this whole time. Still doesn't give me any of the money, though. I don't know what she does with it, but yeah, just one German Shepherd dog. Next up, we got Carlos asking, "What game or games stood out to you at E3? Well, as previously mentioned, Death Stranding and Cyberpunk. Obviously, Keanu Reeves just like destroyed the internet basically that day. So did I can't remember her name, but the one who introduced Ghostwire Tokyo. Now, before I even saw her just being adorable, I just saw the trailer, and the premise, obviously, like, we don't really know what it's about yet, but it intrigued me. It seemed like a sci-fi fantasy kind of thing, almost based off of what was shown, and considered me intrigued, especially because it's like the king of survival horror. I think the person behind Resident Evil is also teaming up with God, I can't remember who else it is, someone noteworthy, but Dishonored, I want to say. So that one definitely stood out. Oh, another one, it's like, well, I can't remember what it's called, Fall Guys, I think. It's a battle royale platformer, obstacle course thing, I guess you could say, and I'm intrigued for sure. Like, I think that's gonna be one where it'd be super fun to do videos on or stream or whatever. So that's another one. Obviously, Ori and the Will of the Wisp. For sure gonna do a series on that, because the first game was damn near perfect. I praise it enough on this channel, so you don't need to hear me do that anymore. And there's others here and there, but for the most part, those are what stand out the most to me. And like I said, there's others that I'm definitely looking forward to. How about you guys? I'm very curious what your answers are for the most anticipated game shown at E3. Obviously, I feel like a lot of you are going to say Cyberpunk, but that's fair enough, because CD Projekt Red is badass. Alright, Lisa asks, "When have you felt most proud? When have you felt most challenged?" That's a good question. I feel like they're kind of related in a way, because when you are challenged, overcoming that challenge, you usually will feel quite proud. But I'm going to separate the two. And you see, being proud is so relative too. Like, what I was proud of back in junior high might not mean the same to me nowadays, you know what I mean? But like, my level of proudness, you could say, was super high. Like, just a quick couple examples. Like, during all of my freshman year, every day during lunch, people would challenge me to chess, because I was just known to be good at chess. And I didn't lose a single time throughout that whole year. And I was like, yeah, I'm good at chess. And obviously, like, if you don't play chess or you don't care, then you're just like, it's fucking stupid. And it kind of is, you're not wrong. But like, I was pretty proud to be like go undefeated the whole year. And I've mentioned the story about how I got that like crazy high score in that laser tag place, and all of a sudden I was like a mini celebrity in that area because people were like, oh my god, that's the Reaper guy. That was my little alias thing. And one other is when I beat someone who was considered the world's best Guitar Hero player at the time. I beat him on an online match. I just happened to face him and I beat him. And I was like, oh my god, I'm now the world's best player. Obviously, that's not how it works. I just probably knew the song better than he did. But nonetheless, I mean, still, that was a pretty proud moment. But if I was to, those are just random ones, but if I was to give a more relevant one nowadays, it'd probably be sticking with daily uploads as long as I did on YouTube. I don't know if I did, I might have taken days, like a day off, but like I did 1 or 2 uploads every day for a really long time during my like 40 to 50 hours a week shifts, you know. And I don't know, like unless you're doing it, it probably doesn't sound like too big of a deal, you know. But it's a lot of work doing YouTube sometimes, so I can't believe I was able to do it for that long. Like thinking of it now, I have better techniques to shorten it a bit. And if I had an editor, oh my god, that'd make things so much easier. I'd be uploading tons. But I was pretty proud of that. And as for most challenging, again, probably YouTube related. It would be moving, you know, looking past the negative people on the internet who just want to put you down, you know, like in the beginning it's rough because, you know, like you're not used to it. And you know what, I got kind of just thrown in there real quickly because I got the rapid amount of subscribers due to that Dashie video. I was not, you know, I didn't get eased into it. I was just like immediately like, this guy looks like a school shooter or a pedophile, or the hairline jokes, you know. What are some other common ones? Autistic. I hear that one all the. It's funny because you when you go on the internet enough, you start to learn that the internet learns a word. Like 2 years ago, the word was cringe. Like it's like internet just learned the word cringe and just used it everywhere. And then it was autistic. And granted, I don't think they know what autistic means to be, you know, like what it means to be autistic, because they were using it and I'm like, I don't see how that really fits with the situation, you know what I mean? So now, you know, like when I see those comments, I just think, man, what a loser to go out of their way to say that and then just block them and that's the end of it. You know what I mean? So, but at the time, that was pretty challenging. That was pretty rough to deal with. How about you guys? What's a proud moment for you? What's a moment you just want to brag about? It's fine. You know, don't think it's like being arrogant. I'm just curious. Like everyone has that moment where they're like, I gotta brag about this. And this one, I cannot pronounce that. I don't even know what language this is. But I see Jim over there, so I'm gonna say Jim. Did you know the YouTuber Etika? So I know of him, obviously. I don't know him. And I remember I had seen a reaction video of his like years back. I can't remember what it was. And I thought he was just some small-time YouTuber that happened to have one big video or something. I didn't realize he was as big as he was. And I keep seeing people say R.I.P. Etika. And I don't know if that's like real, because the internet is the internet, you know what I mean? Or I haven't looked into it, because I mean, I'm not invested enough in all of that. And that's not to sound, I'm not trying to be cold, but you know what I mean? Like stuff like this feels like you just get desensitized. Like every week you hear about a new like celebrity YouTuber death or something. So as for like what I know about him, really nothing other than obviously his breakdown. That was kind of infamous, and I heard about that. But you know, just some people like Fuzi, you know, like same deal. Where I'm just like, yikes! It's just not for everyone, I guess. Next up is Jonas asking, did you throw your Wii U away after getting Mario Maker 2? No, I have it over there under my papers. It's literally the reverse of a paperweight, kind of. Like I have my papers on it, so I really have no use for it. But I can't bring myself to throw it away because, you know, Mario Party 10 is fun with the Bowser mode when people are over, so I'll probably hang on to it for that. Next up, we have Darkle saying, one thing that has gotten my attention is overworked people in hospitals, which is apparently a thing. Would be interested in your opinion on that kind of treatment in general for workers. Maybe go off on a tangent about related issues you think should be brought to light too. So, I won't go on a tangent about random things. Like, there's plenty of things that we can go tangents on. I mean, we could be here for hours about shit that like annoys me that shouldn't be a thing. So I'll keep it related to the whole overwork bit. And you know, it's true. I feel like hospitals that one's a little more difficult to kind of work around, just because obviously like that's very important. Is the people are there to help people who need the help. You know what I mean? Like when you're overworking someone in the gaming industry, it's just like they don't need to be there. Like it's fine, they can just go home. But over at the hospital, like, not that I'm saying that they should be overworked, obviously, but if you're about to go, but someone comes in and needs help immediately, and you don't have enough people, I mean, you can't just send them home and say, well, hopefully that person survives. You know what I mean? Like, obviously that's not going to be the case with every person. Not every person's capable of whatever you need to do there. But, you know what I mean? It's just I think it'd be a little harder there. But that does suck, you know? Being overworked, like, you better be getting compensated pretty well for that. Like, obviously, overtime. If you exceed 10 hours within your shift, you should be getting overtime as well. And hell, you should make it stack. So if you are already past 40 hours, and this is like a 10 plus hour shift, then it should be double your pay instead of time and a half. You know, like, at least show them, like, we appreciate you staying here, working your ass off because no one else can. So I think at least that should be going through. But yeah, it just kind of sucks in general. Also, increase teachers' pay, damn it. Teachers are so underpaid, and they're like building the next generation. Granted, teachers should also be making their classes more interesting. I'm looking at you, Mr. Lindemulder. But you know, teachers are underpaid as well, I think. And last up, we have Gabriel asking, will you be uploading more Guitar Hero videos? Probably. I mean, I like Guitar Hero. I still play it occasionally on my own. Same with Beat Saber. You know, it'd be kind of cool to have like a Music Monday or something. Just not a thing, or I don't think it's a thing. But basically uploading some sort of rhythm-related game, because those are really fun, you know, and it's one of those ones where you guys can have it on the background while you're doing whatever, and just listen to the music and hear me be annoying over it. That sounds like a great time, right? But surprisingly, Guitar Hero, The Forest, Minecraft, and I feel like there's something else. But people have been asking for those, like, to come back. And it's cool. I like hearing that. I like hearing the other series that they want back. So with Guitar Hero, yeah, I totally want to put that up or stream it or something like that. Same with Beat Saber, and maybe even bring back Crypt of the Necrodancer, because if you're wondering, my new intro I have, it's a Crypt of the Necrodancer song. It's like the tutorial or something like that song. That's what I'm using. This isn't going to be like my question to you guys, but what's your like favorite series on the channel? Just curious, or particular video maybe even. I had someone asking me recently like what my favorite series on the channel was. And, you know, like, there's definitely a lot that I'm particularly attached to. But I think it has to go to Subnautica for me. I don't know, like, going through that journey with everyone who was watching, and everyone was excited for the next episode, and, like, messaging me on other videos, be like, hey, where's your Subnautica video? And my friends would text me, be like, where's your Subnautica video? And everyone was so happy, and it was like the perfect amount of videos, and it just ended great. I just loved that game, and just the series, and all of us like together going through it. It was just I look at it very fondly. So I'm just kind of curious where, you know, if you don't have one, that's fine. You know, if nothing stands out, I'm not like upset by that. But if there's a particular series or video, I'm just curious what it is for you. But here's my actual question thing now. So, or I guess like topic that I want to hear you guys' thoughts on. So you ever like think that what if this is like 2 a.m. Zach, okay, it's a thing and it's weird, that deja vu is just like you kind of branching off on a universal choice, if that makes sense. So like a theory for time, or timelines I guess, is every little decision has a branch where you did or didn't, blah 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 blah. And like deja vu, what if it's just like you kind of like, I guess, I don't know what would be a better word for it. Like, what if it was like someone would like reverse time for you, or it's just such an interesting phenomenon, you know what I mean? What if it's going to be explained by some sort of parallel universe thing? If anyone has any interesting theories or ideas on like what that might be beyond just, you know, feeling like you know it. I'd like to hear it. Like, obviously, it's not like this has to be super grounded. Just an interesting, like, well, what if it was this? I'm just kind of curious what everyone else thinks about that. All right, guys. Well, that was Z Talks. It's been a hot minute since we've done one of these, and it feels good to be back. Hopefully I'll try to make this more of a weekly thing. Maybe not on the same day every time, just because my schedule changes all the time. But, you know, I'll try to do this more often. So if you have questions for next video, you can leave them in this video, and I'll go through this next time and answer them. Of course, feel free to answer anything we talked about today or any of the end questions and stuff. I'll always read through them, and on the next video, I'll start off reading the answers. I forgot to mention that part. So if you know, Jacob NoScope69 answers the questions earlier, I'll be like, oh, Jacob NoScope69 said blah blah blah, and I'll kind of give my thoughts and your thought, basically. So that way it's a more conversation. You know, this is what the whole point of Z Talks. It's us conversing with each other and just you know, just having a good time. So that's it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.